It's time to refresh your yard during spring backyard days at the Home Depot. Get low prices guaranteed on propane grills starting at $179, like the Next Grill 3-burner gas grill. Or get $50 off a select Weber Spirit grill and bring big flavor to your backyard. Then set the scene with Hampton-based string lights that bring it all together. Shop spring backyard days for 7 days at the Home Depot, now through May 6th. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's Science Back Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie Sleep Solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
So we started moving that Tuesday, and
You moved during Hurricane Sandy?
the next day, Tuesday.
Oh my God.
These are the plaintiffs, Aries Pena and Huáscar Hiciano. Aries says they were tenants of the defendant for a year and a half, and let's just say it was the coldest year and a half of their lives. There was a constant heat problem. Her son got terribly sick, and when she complained, the defendant rudely told her if it wasn't warm enough, she could move. Well, that's exactly what they did, and now the guy won't return their security and moving costs, so they're suing for the $3,500 they're owed. This is the defendant, Edward Guster. He says he can't believe the plaintiffs are suing him, considering he baptized their son. He thinks the real reason they wanted to move out was because of the constant fighting with the downstairs neighbors, which stemmed from the plaintiff flushing baby wipes down the toilet, clogging up the pipes. Oh, them money? No way. He's accused of being cold. Very, very cold.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Aries Pena.
Yes.
And Huáscar Hiciano. You are suing Edward Guster, your former landlord, for $1,300 for a security deposit return, plus money you put down on your new apartment and the cost of a moving truck. Okay, what happened?
In July 3rd, 2011, we moved into the apartment, and everything was fine until the winter came. We constantly had problems with the heat. Every time we would call and ask Mr. Edward to come over, he would check the heater. It would work one day, and then the next day it wouldn't. And it was just on and off for that year. 2012, before the winter came in, we had discussed, I don't want the same thing to happen again. Last year, my son did get sick, and my son is 2 years old. And I don't think it's, not only my son, but any child should go through freezing cold. We constantly had to have him with his jacket on all day. If it was just us two, I wouldn't mind so much. I would just put a jacket on, but it was my baby. And he would fix it one day, and then the others he wouldn't. Basically, when the time came to put on the heat, the heat was not working. The plumber came over several times, and he said, well, there is an option. You could get either a second boiler for the separate apartment upstairs, or turn up the heat and the neighbor downstairs can just shut her heat off and just let the heat rise to the second floor. Yeah, well, it never happened. So the heat went out again, and I said to my husband, listen, I need you to call him because I can't do this anymore. I can't keep calling him and telling him to come over. Maybe if you speak to him man to man, he'll understand and he'll do something about it. So when my husband called, he said, we're trying to fix it, but if you're not happy with the heat that we're providing you, you can move.
Okay.
You should
were you
move.
on a month-to-month, or were you on a year-long?
It was, the lease was for 2 years, but the lease was never signed.
Was a lease ever signed?
To be honest with you, Your Honor, we could not find one that my wife had signed with her. So
I have
we're
my
just taking
copy,
it as a month-to-month.
And it's the
not
original, and you never signed it?
And it's never
Why would you
signed.
let them move in without signing it?
Well, they did sign it. We just can't find the original, Your Honor.
It was never signed.
That's contention, which is fine. that goes to month then.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah, well, you should be. All right, go on.
I know.
And when he said that, my husband said, then what are we going to do about the deposit? And he said, well, when you move out, we'll look at the apartment, and if everything's okay, then we'll give you your deposit back. When that happened...
I know, but did you tell him then, yeah, we're leaving?
Yes, he told him, okay, fine, we're going to move then.
And when was this?
October.
Beginning of October.
Okay. October what, do you know?
No, I cannot remember the exact date. But it
Okay.
was at the beginning of October.
So by October 27th, we found a new apartment, and we said, okay, well, we found this apartment, we're going to move in. We signed the contract, and we paid for the deposit. And we were supposed to move that Monday because our days off are Mondays and Tuesdays. So we decided to move that Monday, which would have been the 29th, but we had the storm that hit New York, and we couldn't do the move. The next day, we had no electricity, so I said, why don't we take at least all the food and move to the new place? So that's what we did.
Oh my God, it just doesn't end for you, you poor thing.
It doesn't. So we started moving that Tuesday, and
You moved during Hurricane Sandy?
the next day,
Next day.
Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
It was freezing cold. We had no electricity.
But did you have electricity in the new place?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's why we decided to move.
Okay.
So we started moving everything, and we couldn't get anyone to help us. I mean, everyone was worried about other things.
So you're suing for the security deposit back, and that I understand, and I'm going to hear his defense now in a moment, but what I don't understand from your lawsuit is why you're suing him for the cost of a moving truck and the money that you put down on another apartment. Why would he have to pay that?
I mean, it was just, we did everything. We got the truck, and we moved.
I don't care. Why does he have to pay for your dinner or your kids' schooling or whatever else? How is that? I don't understand. You're telling me about how, hey, he told us we could go, so we went. So why does he have to pay for your moving?
It was just when we tried to get our money back, he was just so denial on, no, we're not
No,
going to give
that's
you.
why you sue for the $1,300. You're suing for $3,500. So is the answer
Well, we
because
didn't-
you're angry?
No, it's just, we didn't want to move. We wanted to fix everything because it was so
I understand, but you
convenient.
don't own the place. You're a
Exactly.
renter, and you're month to month. So you decide to leave, and why does he have to pay your moving expenses? It was your choice to leave. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. When I spoke to her husband about moving out, okay, what happened was he had called to complain about the heat, and it wasn't really heating season yet. So I said I'd have that fixed. And
What's
looked
wrong
at-
with the heat in that place? It sounds like it's...
Well, the first year I put in 3 new radiators for them. I put one in the bedroom, one in the baby's bedroom, one in the kitchen, and one in the bathroom.
But you still kept getting calls.
Well, it kind of stopped after that. And Wasker's right about the time. It was around the end of September, the beginning of October. It was probably when I told him that if he wasn't happy, I suggested that they look for another apartment.
Now, did they call you to say, hey, we don't want
No.
problems with the...
They
Oh.
never called
So
me to
why
tell
did-
me when
why-
they were moving out. Never.
Right. No, but that's not my question.
Okay,
Well,
I'm
how did
sorry.
the conversation come up about them not being happy? What were they telling you?
Oh, he said that he was trying to keep his wife happy. That's why he was calling.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy husband,
He
right.
was calling you in
Okay.
order to what?
In order to check the heat to make sure it's ready for the winter.
Did you folks have how long was the tenancy? A year and...
It was signed for 2 years.
Right.
They were there for about 15 months.
It was signed for 2 years, but that's what you don't
They
have
were-
that she says
they
they,
were
never
good-
signed, right?
They were great tenants.
You guys had a good relationship.
Yeah, they're not bad. They used to come over and pay me the
Yeah.
rent. I'm a deacon with the Catholic Church.
You were a deacon with?
The Catholic Church.
Okay.
I baptized their child. I married
really?
people. Yes, I married
Before
people.
or after they...
Before all of this.
Before all of this?
Yes.
All right.
And we even
What
wanted,
happened?
we even wanted him, we were legally married, civil court, but we wanted to get married by the church, and we even asked him if,
I still
the
hope they
church is
do.
a
Oh,
beautiful,
what a shame!
it's
No,
a
no.
beautiful church,
I
but
believe me, Your Honor, there's no ill feelings against them. You believe me. What happened was All Saints Day was November 1st. We went to church, we went to breakfast, and then we passed by the house, and I saw Wasker with his
Moving van?
moving van. So I stopped. I said, I guess you're moving. He said, yes, we tried to contact you. I said, okay, when you're finished, give me a call. And then
This
we'll
is
talk
on the 1st of November?
the
Yes.
1st of November. I said, let me...
When did you finally move everything out,
the
Wesley?
1st of November, Thursday.
I
No,
wasn't asking.
that's incorrect, Your
When
Honor.
we gave the key to him, it was the 5th.
The 6th.
You gave the key to him on the 6th, but what happened between the 1st and the 6th? Don't talk. What happened between the 1st and the 6th?
We talked to him because we had to work during the week, so we decided to give him the key on the Tuesday because it was our day off, so he
Okay.
can check the apartment.
Okay.
So that's why he's saying that we passed the 1st of the month.
Right.
So what happened was after the first, she did the contact with Wasker. I do have her message to me. It doesn't even mention them moving out.
Okay. So when do you talk to her?
When I spoke to them, she said, "Can we bring the key tomorrow?" Which was, I believe.
Did you say something to them like, "I didn't even know you were moving out"? Did you?
Oh,
say
I did that when I saw him moving. I said, "I guess you're moving." On the first.
When you're still taking stuff out on the first.
Yes, but actually that day I asked you again what was going to happen with the deposit,
and you said, "I'll talk to you about it after you're done."
When you finish moving, you said.
When did you finish moving?
That same day.
Okay.
No.
And
I
according
disagree.
to you, not when did he give you the key. I want to know when he finished moving all his stuff out.
He never did.
He never did.
The washing machine is still there.
Okay.
They came that day to give me the key. They took all the rest of their clothes that they had there. Still
On
there.
that- on the
On that
6th?
6th.
Okay.
Okay.
On the 6th, did you take the rest of your clothes?
There were
There
bags
was a
of
couple
clothes.
of bags with clothes that we.
Can I? Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have to pay for the month of November if your stuff is still not cleared out of there on the 6th?
Can I?
Your Honor, we didn't
Even
want their money.
regardless of a notice issue.
We didn't want their money. I called them. Let me give you a little more change of, because they're nice people. I don't want you to get a
Yeah,
bad
but I'm
idea
here.
about it.
I'm
know.
here, and
Okay.
you're.
Okay. Well, so what's happening is.
If they're so nice and you don't want me to cross-examine, pay them the deposit and we'll all go home. But if I'm here, I got to critically examine
I
it.
offered them the deposit back.
No.
What?
I called on the 13th. I spoke to the wife first. She said, "Call my husband," because I said I rented the apartment.
Oh, because you rented it on the 15th of November. So
Right.
you offered them half of the deposit
Yes,
back.
yes.
And she wouldn't take half of the
She
deposit.
told me call the husband. I
Okay.
called Wasker. He told me it's too late. We're taking you to court. They left on the 6th. They went and filed the complaint on the 9th.
The 9th.
So they didn't even give me a week to try to process to get money for them. I can understand
We
that.
had asked him in 3 occasions. We said, Edward, we even said to him, if you want to deduct the days that we went over from our
that's not how it
deposits.
works.
I'm sorry?
It's not how it works.
I understand, but
No, you don't. I don't think either side understands how it works. So I'm going to educate you a little bit, because before you huff and puff and, you should know how the law is so you know where your best position is.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is it a good idea to become friendly with your landlord?
Probably not.
Why?
Just, if it goes south, then you're stuck seeing the person every day, and they're responsible for keeping up your place.
I got it, but good idea, bad idea?
It's always a good idea.
Why?
Rent reduction.
Not going to happen.
You never have to worry about something not being fixed.
Not going to happen.
You don't know that.
Not going to happen.
How?
Not going to happen. What do you think?
I don't know.
Good idea or bad idea to become friends with your landlord?
Bad.
Why? Don't mix business and pleasure.
Don't mix business and pleasure.
Good point. Going inside the courtroom.
Your defense is, well, they gave me no notice they were moving out, because according to you, what?
According to me, they just told me.
And
I
how
saw
much
them. I
notice are
found
they
them on
supposed to give you, according to
30
you?
days.
Wrong. You're in Queens. You're in
Okay.
New York City. In New York City, the tenant doesn't have to give you notice.
I see.
Ain't that something?
I know.
Unfair, in my estimation, unfair as can be. The
Did you check-
landlord has to give notice on a month-to-month to the tenant, but the tenant does not have to give notice in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But
But
okay.
you're living there 6 days of November, or 3 days, or 1 day. Let's go by your theory, 1 day. Then you're there in November. You didn't move out on October 31st.
can I say something?
Yeah.
The bags of clothes that were there were clothes I had a month ago called them and asked them, these are old clothes that we don't need. Well, not old, but just clothes we no longer use. Can I take them to the church? And he can testify whether it was or wasn't true. And he said to me, no, I'm with the customer right now. I'll call you later. We never received a call. So I thought, well, that day I'll offer the clothes again to
Ms.
him.
Peña, okay. You understand that you're moving out already in November, and that so you already have a problem. At 12:01, you have a problem.
Can I show you the pictures?
No, I want to know why, when the guy offers you half, you tell him, too late, I'm already suing you.
Because we had spoken.
In less time than it takes me to marinate a good steak, you ran to the courthouse and with somebody who baptized their child.
Yes.
And
We spoke 3 times, and we called.
But you're a very impatient woman, and before you go half-cocked running to the courthouse to file a lawsuit, learn what the law is. Now, you were able to rent the apartment for half of the following month, so you've mitigated your damages. and therefore I'm going to find that you're entitled to half of the security back. Verdict for the plaintiff, $650.
And so the judge is limited by the law. You know, she has to go by the law and issues her ruling. What's your reaction to that? You understand the criteria for the ruling, right?
Yeah, but we were in the middle of a storm. And
Act of God.
It was, I mean, I'm not blaming the storm for this, but we were planning on moving on that Monday. And unfortunately, because of the storm, we couldn't get anything done.
How's the boy?
He's good.
Good. Is he warm?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, head right down this way. All right, so step on in here, and what's your reaction to this outcome?
It was fair. I'm sorry for them. They were good tenants, and the person I put in there spent the night with no blankets. He had lost his house. He was just sleeping on the floor.
Well, what about their complaints of no heat for their son? They're so worried.
I tried to meet every complaint with a remedy, and I did. The radiators I put in were new. They worked. The tenant downstairs.
What do you make of their complaints then?
I don't know. I know that where she comes from, it's warm, and maybe she's just wasn't happy with the heat I could provide.
Okay, Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know, in almost every state, a tenant is required to give 30 days notice before moving out of an apartment, so don't think New York is the standard. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
You tell yourself, no one wants your college-era band tees. But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what you've got. You once paid a small fortune for them at merch stands. Now, a teenager who calls them vintage will offer that same small fortune back. Sell them easily on Depop. Just snap a few photos and we'll take care of the rest. Who knew your questionable music taste would be a money-making machine? Your style can make you cash. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
This is the plaintiff, Carol Gardner. She says the defendant's 11-year-old nephew crashed his dirt bike into her fence, wrecking it. She called the cops. They confiscated the bike. The defendant started making payments for the repairs and then stopped cold. In fact, the woman was never heard from again. So that's why she served her with his lawsuit and dragged her into court today to get the $100 she's still owed. These are the defendants, Laterecia Warren and Christopher Pierce. Laterecia says she paid the plaintiff the correct money to repair her fence, but the woman's taking advantage of the situation, trying to get a completely new fence out of them. Enough is enough. They paid for the damages, aren't going to be taken advantage of, and are pretty darn sure the judge will agree. They're accused of fencing in a neighbor.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Okay, Carol Gardner?
Yes.
You are suing Laterecia Warren and Christopher Pierce for $100, the balance left on the fixing of your fence as a result of young Mr. Pierce's negligence, according to you. Tell me what happened.
On September the 11th, 2011, I was watching the ceremony at the World Trade Center, and I was listening for a name because one of my colleagues' son had been killed. And after the ceremonies, I decided to look out the front door, just to look outside. And to my horror, my fence was missing its pickets, the top rail, the bottom rail, gone, laying on the front lawn.
9/11 was a horror.
Right.
Your picket fence, not so much.
Well,
okay.
you know.
I think you're a little overly dramatic, but okay.
Well, to me, it was, I was just shocked.
Okay.
Because I had heard nothing. And I'm thinking it couldn't have been a car because a car would have taken out the whole thing. So in my house coat and
pantuflas.
Yes, I went out.
Veteran slippers.
I didn't even get dressed. I went out and I said to the kids, I saw some kids down the street. I said, what happened? And many of them I know because I taught some of them.
Oh, they must have been scared to death.
So they pointed at Christopher.
Okay.
So I didn't recognize him, and I asked him, you know, what is your name and what happened? And he told me.
What did he tell you?
He said that the dirt bike ran over the fence, and that's all he told me. So I said, well, I need to see.
Why didn't they knock on your door after it happened?
No. He was scared. He's a kid. He's scared. So I said, I need
him.
I need to see your
I wanted
parents.
to be my teacher.
I said,
what happened?
I rode the dirt bike into the fence.
You rode the dirt bike into the fence. How old are you?
13.
Are you supposed to even be riding the dirt bike?
No.
Whose dirt bike was it?
My cousin's.
Your cousin, were you visiting your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was visiting what relative?
He was visiting my aunt.
Your aunt. And
My
how
aunt.
long was he visiting her for?
The weekend.
The weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a very eventful weekend. And then the cousin lives in that house?
Mm-hmm. It's my aunt's child.
And that child is how old?
13 now. So
And
he was
So he has a dirt bike?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's that back there?
That's my cousin. It was her brother's dirt bike.
Okay, so how'd you lose control of the dirt bike?
The thing went out of gear.
Uh-huh. Where were you riding it?
In the street, and then I got onto the sidewalk.
Right? And you kind of lost control?
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you go knock on her door and tell her, hey, I hate to tell you this, ma'am, but I ran into your gate. That wasn't going to happen at 13?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Why not? Christopher, why not?
I don't know.
You were scared?
So is the parent or guardian responsible for what the 11-year-old does with a bicycle where he hits the fence or whatnot?
Yes.
Why?
Because the parent's a legal guardian and the child is a minor, so anything that child does.
That's the question, though. Is anything the child does that mean the parent's automatically responsible?
I don't think so.
Why?
Well, you can't control your 11-year-old from accidentally losing control of his bicycle.
Fair enough, but if she's right, does that mean the only recourse is to sue an 11-year-old?
No, I wouldn't say so. They don't have any money.
So then what do? You have to eat it?
No, you just have to deal with it.
Oh, you don't have to eat it. You deal with it. I got it. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
One of the things that you need to be learning now is that it's always better to take the high road, right? Like if your mother were in your ear, just sitting right here and in your ear, what would your mother tell you to do?
Tell the truth.
Right.
I'm his aunt.
You're his aunt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's the mother?
Not in the picture.
You're the guardian.
Yes.
Forgive me. If your aunt was sitting right here, that's a much better example, right? If your aunt was sitting right here and talking to your guardian aunt was sitting right there and telling you what to do, who probably considers you his mother, what would be the advice? It would be to tell the truth, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to know that if you're in this position again, that you do the hard thing and man up, right? Because it's always better that way, and then you'll work it out. All right, so do you have pictures of it when it happened, before it was fixed, or it's already fixed?
It's already fixed, but I have pictures of what I found when I looked out the door.
All right. Now, can you two switch a second? Ugh. It's just missing?
Completely.
Where was it? Oh,
It was on the lawn.
Yeah, but there's no picture of it, like you had removed it?
No, what happened was when I spoke to Christopher, and he pointed to the house where he had come from, I knocked on the door because I had met the lady of the house. They had just moved in over the summer. So I was talking to her, and as I'm talking to her, I see Christopher and another young man putting the fence back together. They were putting the pickets in the top rail and the bottom rail. They were really working hard to get that fence together. So then the lady of the house and I walked down, and I showed her how the bottom rail had been completely dented in. The pickets were terrible. But I was more concerned for him because he could have been badly injured if that hadn't been a vinyl fence that gave way when he hit it.
Well, can I ask you a question? How old do you have to be to ride a dirt bike? You have to have a license, right?
Well, not really, not a dirt bike, but it's not supposed to be written on the.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be written into her property, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to be written.
Yeah, because my mother came from Georgia, so they rode the bikes down there.
You could ride it in the fields and not have any
except
problem.
for you're not in Georgia anymore. You're in Nassau County, New York.
Yeah. So, and they was trying to teach him at that too.
Right. That didn't go so well.
No.
So let me ask you a question. He's there for the weekend. So your mother is supposed to be watching him.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up paying, the fence repair cost $350.
Right.
You were very patient. You paid little by little, and you've paid $250. There's $100 remaining. how come your mother didn't pony up anything?
My
Because
mother?
she's really the one who's watching him at the time. She's watching the, quote, 13-year-old.
He was 11 at the time.
11 at
He
the
was
time.
11. He was 11.
And they're like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody thinks that whoever's a guardian, your kid did it, you got to pay. That's not what the law says. There's some very
And see, that's what I
specific
thought.
circumstance. That's right, and you're right about that. There's some very specific circumstances where the parent or legal guardian has to pay, and this isn't one of those circumstances. In other words, what's she doing wrong? All she did was send somebody to a responsible grown-ups. Do you live there too?
No.
Home, but you stand up. You have a seat.
Okay.
You come on up right there. Right there. Have you gotten your first job yet? No? What are you planning on doing this summer? Because I think I know what you're going to be doing.
I don't know.
Going to earn some money. How do you propose to earn some money this summer?
Like taking out people's garbage.
Walking dogs, mowing lawns, right? Okay, well, you're going to take on some jobs because I'm not going to issue a verdict against you because you have no parental liability in this circumstance, but I am going to issue that verdict against you. Okay, because you've admitted that that was something that you did. It's fine, it's an accident, but when we have accidents, we've got to make it right. And there's the last $100 to make it right.
Right.
And I'm sure that they can afford that $100, but it was important to them, I think, to make sure that you understand that you got to make it right. Okay? You're a nice young man, so go make it right. Work this summer and pay off that $100. Verdict for the plaintiff, $100. Good luck.
Thank you.
And tell your mother that 13-year-olds cannot be riding dirt bikes in this residential area, okay? Tell her we're not in Georgia anymore. Yeah, they were 11. It was worse, you know?
All right, so the fence will get paid for as the plaintiff wins this case. Come on, step in here. Are you satisfied how the judge has ruled on this?
Yeah, I never said he didn't break the fence. Right. It's just that my purpose was it was an accident.
You feel like she tried to take advantage of the situation in some way?
I mean, the case is handled, so we're going to go off of that.
All right, come on in. Let's just get your final thoughts on being in court and seeing how the judge handled the situation. What do you think about that?
It was all right.
Right. Are you going to change anything?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Try to pay it off.
All right, good man. All right, good luck with everything.
Thank
all right,
you.
head right around the corner this way, okay? All right, so come on in here. Are you satisfied now that this is all concluded?
Yes, I am.
Properly?
Yes.
You have anything against the way they conducted themselves?
No,
in this
we
thing?
had a very cordial relationship. They gave me 5 payments, and then it just stopped. So, and I didn't know why, so I'm here.
All right, Harvey?
I know this sounds harsh, but you can sue an 11-year-old because judgments in many states are good for 10 years. So they may not be making money now, but if you really want to pursue something, if a kid is really bad, and I don't think it's this case, but if a kid's really bad, you can end up ultimately getting the money. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
I get so many headaches every month.
It could be chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox onabotulinum toxin A prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those who have 14 or fewer headache days a month. Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor. Visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
This is the plaintiff, Keith Cody. He says he and the defendant have been friends for over 25 years, so he thought nothing of loaning him money to help pay for his wedding when he asked. After the defendant's wedding, he never called him or texted him or paid him back. The guy was practically family. He found out he went out and bought a new Jeep Cherokee, put an addition on his house, and he can't pay him back? Unbelievable. He's suing for $2,600, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, William. He says the plaintiff loaned him only $1,700 for his wedding, and he paid him back $1,000 of it in cash. Besides, he did $7,000 worth of electrical work on the guy's house and only charged him $1,800. So technically, they should be more than even. He's accused of pulling a disappearing act.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Keith Cody, you are suing William. You've asked us not to use your last name for $2,600 for money that you loaned your old friend for his wedding that he never repaid to you. Tell me what happened.
Well, I've bought a house, and I need electrical work done. So he claims he knows what he was doing, so I hired him for the job. I said, okay, you do the job. We agreed on a price. He upped the price. I still agreed to it. It started off $1,500, then it went up to $1,800, plus I bought all the materials. And then, say about a month and a half, 2 months into the job, he was getting married. He asked me to borrow some money because he was short. So I said, it's not a problem. We've been friends for 25 years. You're practically family. He has a child with my cousin. I said, so it's not a problem, whatever, but I want you to sign a promissory note just so I know I'm getting my money back, because it's a substantial amount of money. So first he asked for $1,800. It was on the July 19th, and him and his wife.
Wait, this is by this point he had quoted you $1,800 on the electrical job?
Yeah.
But he wanted $1,800 not as an advance on the electrical job? He just wanted $1,800?
No, he wanted $1,800 for the wedding.
Because the electrical job had or hadn't been done yet?
No, they were still in the process of doing it.
Okay.
Because I totally gutted this house.
Okay, but why would you just loan him the $1,800 instead of just saying, all right, I'll pay you in advance for the electrical job you're going to do?
Because it was him and his friend doing the electrical job.
Okay.
And me were being friends.
Okay.
Practically family, whatever.
So you loaned him?
And he needed it for his wedding because he was getting married within a couple weeks.
Okay.
Okay, and he was still a month and a half before you finished the electrical job.
Okay.
Okay. So I said, okay, I'll lend you the money, but you're going to sign a promissory note stating you're going to pay me. Well, he agreed to pay me within 2 weeks. So I let it go. The next day.
Promissory note? Let me see the promissory note. Do you have the original? That's a copy, just like the one I have.
That's a copy. My lawyers got the original because we didn't know we were.
Why does your lawyer have the original? But who are you saving it for, if not me? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
My lawyer still got it. I don't understand why he still got it.
Well, probably because you didn't get it from him.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay.
I told him I needed it.
And?
So he just gave me the copy.
Why wouldn't you just go to your lawyer's office and pick up the original if you're going to court on this?
Your Honor, I really don't know. That's just what he gave me. I figure he's a man of law. He knows what he's doing.
No, he's not. He doesn't know what he's doing, or you're just lazy and didn't go to his office to get it from him.
Well, no, I did go to his office to get it, but anyways.
Did you sign this? I, Willie, and your last name, borrowed $1,800 from Keith Cody on 7/19 and will pay him back within 2 weeks, borrowed for wedding. And then
again on the 20th.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
And then it's signed by him, you, and your wife?
Correct.
That's correct, right?
Yes, for $1,800.
And then according to you, shortly thereafter, you loan him another $500 and another $300?
Yeah, the next day he came up to me and asked me for another $500.
After the wedding or after the loan?
Right after I gave him the loan. Okay. On the 19th, I gave him the $1,800.
Okay.
On the 20th, he asked me for another $500. On the 30th, he asked me for another $300. Just because
Is that accurate?
25 years of friendship.
You didn't borrow another $500 from him and another $300 from him?
No.
His signature's right there, Your Honor.
No, I didn't.
This is where original comes in handy. See?
Yeah, I know. I understand.
So that I could,
yeah.
I need to, go ahead, take a look at it.
Yeah.
Just a moment.
Who's had a situation where you loan somebody money and they don't pay you back and they start buying all sorts of things?
I think you have an obligation to pay that money back. It's understandable.
Well, you do, definitely. The question is, would you cut that person out of your life if they start doing that?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who else? Who's had that? Huh?
I kind of think if you loan money, you got to chalk it up as a loss no matter what. Because if you hold a family member or a friend.
Yeah, but if you start seeing them buying all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah, they're out. They owe me money and they're not paying it back. They're buying fancy stuff that I can't have. They're done.
You know what they call it, right? At TMZ, they call it, you Lindsay Lohan me. There you go. Going inside the courtroom.
This is a paper. There was never a stamp on it saying a memo. It was just, this was written
This is a copy of letter paper with lines on it. That's how I signed it on there, not on this piece of paper at all.
Okay.
And when I signed for him, I signed for $1,500. And then I called him up. I said, I need another $300. And he says, no, fine. Don't ask me. That's all I'm going to give you. And that's where we ended up.
Okay, but the first one that's there that you say is legitimate says from the beginning $1,800.
Yeah, no, it was $1,500.
Is that what that says?
No, it doesn't say that.
Right, but you say that that one's legitimate, that you did
Right.
sign that. That says $1,800.
Yeah.
So that's not how you're saying that it was $1,500 and then plus another $3.
It was-
That's you signing for $1,800 from
Correct.
Jump Street.
Correct, yes.
Then there's another $3 on top of that. Then that's a $3 on top of the $1,800.
Yeah, I didn't see, since, I didn't focus on that. When I signed it, he just gave me the money and I counted the money. It was $1,500 when he gave it to me.
Okay, how do you explain then why the one part of that you say is legitimate?
The 18?
Yeah.
The 18 is legitimate, but he only gave me 15.
Then why'd you sign that he gave you 18?
I signed it before he even gave me the money. We went to the bank, to the credit union.
We were sitting in the driveway, excuse me, I'm sorry. We were sitting in the driveway of my house when I gave him and his wife the money for the wedding because I was doing construction on my house. So I said, you got to meet me at my house. I'll run to the bank. I'll get the money.
What happened? Why didn't you pay this guy $5 back? You didn't pay him anything back.
No, what it was, I did pay him back.
What'd you pay him
I
back?
paid him back a total of $1,100 total. I paid him back.
How did you pay him that back?
Cash.
When did you pay him that back?
I paid him back in August.
Now, if you paid him back in August, can you explain to me where the piece of paper is showing that you paid him back?
Never did sign because I thought me and being family and
What are
this
you
and
talking
that.
about? You ain't family? Look at you. You're a litigant here.
Yeah,
all right? But
correct.
if you know that he gets something in writing, why would you not get something in writing?
We were like, he was in a rush that day. I gave him the
How long
money. He
does it
says,
take to
I
put a
gotta go.
sentence down like this?
I know. I understand.
And if you're gonna if he's in a rush, if he's in too much of a rush
Correct.
to to give you a receipt, then he's in too much of a rush to collect the money. Because
Correct.
otherwise, you look like you're just a liar that
No.
you didn't pay him. What day did you pay him?
I paid him on August.
August what?
It was August the 12th.
And you paid him how much? $1,100?
I paid him $600, and then I paid him another $600.
When did you pay him the other $600?
I only have for August the 12th.
Who's on first? When did you pay him the second $600?
I didn't write it down the date. I
Okay,
just
so
drove up to where.
sometime after August 12th, you paid
Yes,
him another
correct.
$600?
Yes, I drove up to his house and I said, here you go. And then.
Do you have any proof of paying him the $600? We already know you don't have receipts. Do you have a
No.
witness? Do you
No.
have a withdrawal from a bank?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How are you going to prove you paid him $600? $600 is $1,200, not $1,100. So what are we doing there?
I didn't think of it in the beginning to write down the day, how much
I'm
I
not
paid
even
him.
asking that. I'm
Okay.
asking you why you're telling me you paid him $600 one day and $600 another day,
Mhm.
but you told me earlier that what you paid him back was $1,100.
Yeah, it was
600 plus
1100.
600 is $1,200.
Right, yeah.
All right?
I'm confused here, Your Honor.
So where are you confused? Can you
I'm
clarify
confused
for
on
me
the
or you
last
can't?
payment that I paid him. I paid him the 600 to equal.
You don't know when it was, you have no proof of it, and you don't know the amount.
Correct.
Did you pay him in late August for electrical work?
It's like I
He
said.
owed you $2,600 and you paid him $1,800 for the electrical work?
Yeah, $1,800.
You don't deny the electrical work was paid in full, right?
The electrical work was paid after I had owed him the money.
Why don't you just pay the guy? What's going on? Why don't you just pay the guy? Here's a guy you've known 25 years who helps you out when you're in a really big bind and you need some money to finish paying for a wedding.
Correct.
What's
Yes,
about
Your
to
Honor.
happen any second now.
Mhm.
Okay, you come to the wedding?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you dance at his wedding?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like a special meaning. And then
Correct.
you turn around after all these years and you're in court over this. Why wouldn't you show the slightest bit of good faith and pay a little bit? He claims you didn't pay a penny. You say you didn't pay a penny.
Not a penny.
You say that either one of you is a bold-faced liar. I don't know who, but
No,
they can't both be right.
I did pay him.
He just forgot?
He just forgot.
You forgot how much and he forgot that?
Exactly.
Okay.
I did pay him.
Mhm.
I am a chaplain. I'm registered with the
You're a chaplain?
Yep, I'm registered.
So if you're a chaplain, why do you go around owing somebody even the amount you do concede you owe him after all this time?
I had told him the problem that I ran into because I didn't have my money. My money was being held on, my checks.
Why?
They were disputing it. You have a letter
What?
there from
Dispute
my
on it
lawyer.
from
It's
what?
right there.
From what?
From workman's comp that I got hurt.
What was the dispute, though?
The dispute was because their checks were confusing. They were giving me the wrong amount of checks, So I couldn't cash those checks. And I explained to him, I said, Keith.
Why couldn't you cash the checks?
Because
Where's the letter from your lawyer that you say I'm going to see?
It should be
I don't
right
have
there.
it. Give it to me.
And I said, Keith, I will be paying you. I will not burn you. I'm a chaplain. I will not do that to you.
Okay, but chaplains apparently burn too. Please be advised this office handled a workers' compensation case. The settlements were not dispersed. What does that have to do with anything? That just means you haven't received money that you're going to get on a settlement. That has nothing to do with whether you pay the guy back in 4 months.
Yeah.
As, you know, there's other, you work, right? There's other income.
No, I don't work.
You don't work?
No, I don't.
Maybe you needed to have a smaller wedding.
And if I can also add, his wife just went out and bought him a brand new Jeep.
Really?
Yeah.
What year?
2012. It's sitting right in the parking lot.
You have a 2012 Jeep?
It's not a 2012 Jeep.
What is it?
It's a 2008 Jeep.
Okay.
She went and got it for me. They know what she was getting for me.
That's nice. Did she know that you owed him $2,600?
She knew, yes. And I told her, did you pay my half? I said, yes, I did pay my half also.
Oh, you're good.
What do you mean pay your half? What was that?
She asked me, did you pay the half that you were supposed to pay the Keith? I said, yes, I did pay him. Did you get a receipt? No, I didn't. You shouldn't trust him like that. I said, don't worry about it. He's a friend of mine. He's not going to do that to me.
What's the half? She gave you the money to pay him?
Yes, correct.
So you ate that, didn't pay him, and...
No, I paid him.
And didn't pay your half, made her look bad because she bought you a 2008. You have a 2008 Jeep sitting outside, but you can't figure out how to pay the guy you've known for 25 years, but trust you're a chaplain? I'm going to vomit any minute now. $2,600 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The verdict is for every penny the plaintiff sued for, so that means the judge completely doesn't believe your story.
Oh, that's okay. I don't have nothing else to say.
What about your friendship with this gentleman?
It'll still be there. I'll still love the guy.
Really?
Yep, still love the guy.
Really? If you need money, would you go to him again?
Oh, no, I wouldn't go to him, no.
Or what would you do if you needed it next time?
I wouldn't go to him. Simple as that.
Okay. Right around the corner here. Good luck with the marriage. All right, come on in here. You got everything you sued for. What went down here? What went wrong?
Well, it's a friendship that really shouldn't have had to end for over $2,600, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just like I said, he's like family.
What do you think happened? Why didn't he pay?
He got greedy. He just tried to get a free ride, and he thought I was paying for, you know, I was contributing to his wedding. And that's not the way it works. I mean, you know, I got kids to feed too, you know?
Yeah, he says he's still...
kids to feed, and it's just...
Still willing to be your friend. What do you think of that?
It's going to take a lot to get over.
Harvey?
You know, here's the deal. You never know somebody, really, until you loan them money. You could have a friend who's such a good friend, and I don't know what it is. I have not figured out what it is. But somehow when you loan them money, that's when you really get to know who they are. If they start to stiff you, it suddenly it bubbles to the surface. Get it in writing and make it clear.